Welcome back to Chicago Independent Television, and now part 4 of our interview with Jerry Boyle.
I can't really tell activists that they have to diffuse the situation with the police officer, especially when they're not violating any laws and they have a right to insist on their constitutional rights. All right? They do have that right, and I respect people who do that. All right? But you should know what you're doing, and you should know what the likely consequences of it are, and you should make a decision, preferably in advance, when you do something that is likely to lead to an encounter with law enforcement. You should make a decision, not in the heat of the moment. Okay? You should make a decision in advance. Am I willing to get arrested for this? All right? Do that before you go. All right? And then you'll be better prepared to make the right choices when the confrontation comes. Because when the confrontation comes, it's going to be nervous and difficult, and there's a risk you'll make a snap decision and act on impulse. And so it's a good idea to make a decision before you go on the action. Is this a circumstance where I'm willing to get arrested? And if it is, stand on your rights. Okay. If it's not a circumstance where you're willing to get arrested, all right, then consider demonstrating compliance to diffuse the situation so that the police officer leaves you alone and lets you do what you're there to do. It's an unfortunate thing because a lot of people get arrested and they really didn't want to get arrested and they don't understand why they got arrested. And they feel bad when they get arrested because they did not come there to confront the police. They came there to deal with some other issue. You know, they came to deal with the war. They came to deal with there's a million issues out there. Or they came to deal with global warming. All right, and then all of a sudden, their effort is sidetracked by a confrontation with the police. All right. So it's best to think about that beforehand. Do I want to get sidetracked today onto the issue of police brutality? Or do I really want to keep my eye on the ball and focus only on this issue I'm there for? And if it's the former, okay, well, know your risks and know that sometimes people get hurt or end up in jail or end up dead because they confront police officers, and be aware of your risks, and take appropriate precautions. But if you're not there to confront the police, if you're there for some other reason and your decision is that you don't want to get sidetracked into a confrontation with the police, well then consider using the matrix. Consider putting the matrix to your advantage, and consider manipulating the psychology of the police officer in such a way that he or she just lets you do your work and accomplish what you came there to accomplish. Sometimes people go there in order to get arrested, and I have great respect for people who do that, and I don't want to dissuade anybody from doing that. And and the headlines become about the arrest and not necessarily about your issue. But that can work the other way too. Sometimes by getting arrested, then you get the headline.
Right.
So I do have great respect for people who are willing to get arrested for a cause. But before you go, decide whether or not you're one of those people. Right. Don't let the police officer make that decision for you. Right. Okay? Do not let the police officer make that decision for you. Make the decision yourself.
You've been watching Chicago Independent Television, a project of the Chicago Independent Media Center Video Collective. The Independent Media Center is a growing worldwide network of media producers, journalists, citizens, and activists, working to put the media in the hands of everyday people and away from corporate and commercial interests. To learn more, visit our website at chicago.indiemedia.org. There you can find out about upcoming Chicago area events and how to get involved in making your own media, including how to help make this very TV show. Thanks for watching. See you next time.